I'm beginning to feel the wonderful vibrations that I know that all of you have been feeling. I know those children have. I had the opportunity yesterday at the press conference to talk to the press and tell them to thank them, all of them, for what they're doing, to give the exposure to have you here tonight. Because what we're doing tonight and what this wonderful play is doing throughout the world, in some 300 performances so far, in the 5 years that it's been around, is to begin to spark excitement among people who know peace can come when two people cooperate and talk and have understanding. A Channel 11 newsman tonight said, he says, I've talked to some of these young people, 5.5 years old, and they talk about peace and understanding and no more wars. And he said, where are they getting it? You know where they're getting it? They're getting it from you, the adults in this audience who have the wherewithal and the understanding and the dream and the enlightenment to know that peace can come between two superpowers. And if they ever get together, what a great world this will be. There won't be any poverty. There won't be any starvation. Some 21 radio stations today jumped on the bandwagon, and every half hour talked about this event. Some television stations did the same thing. You saw the Los Angeles Times and other newspapers today did the same thing. They talked about the event. Why did it happen? Why did it become as big as it did? The media got excited because hotels lent their support, because people called up and volunteered and said, what can I do as an individual? Can I get on a telephone? Can I make a donation? Corporations and individuals, both coming together, all these people, to make a difference. And tonight, you're going to be moved, just like the earth on its axis, because something special will happen to you. And after the show is over, you're going to want to do more. You're going to want to make this your priority if you haven't already, and I know you have. But there are people here tonight who are saying, what can one person do? Well, all those singular events that happened within the lives of the heads of individual people have made this happen tonight, have made peace movements around the world happen. And once you join, an interesting thing happens. You see, I had no idea all of these people wanted the same thing I wanted. And so it's not only the children who recognize this, but you will begin to understand that there are others out there, not only thousands, but millions around the world who want to see that we're going to be here. Remember, there is no cure for nuclear war. There is only prevention. And this kind of event can prevent that kind of happening. One final word, and then I'd like to introduce the author who created this wonderful show in 1981. And that final thing is, at the end of the show, if you'll take a look in your programs, there is an opportunity for you, in your way, in the way you know best, either through money, either through donating time, either through becoming active in this movement or any movement leading to the singular purpose of peace. I know that you're going to want to participate. So take your programs with you, look at them, and I encourage you to become a part of it. Because once you do, a wonderful thing happens. You feel 10 feet tall, just like those kids back there tonight. Right now, I'd like to introduce the gentleman who created Peace Now. And not Peace Now, but the Peace Child movement. I'm in so many of these wonderful things that I sometimes get confused. There's so many happenings out there like this one. This event is Peace Child. And it's the creation of a man who read a book called The Peace Book in England in 1981, and a former filmmaker in England who decided he thought he could make a play out of this, a powerful play, a play for peace. I'd like to introduce him. He's from England. He's David Wolcombe. David?
Los Angeles, how do you do it? There were 42 tickets sold at this event on Saturday morning, and here we are. They say that things happen fast in the entertainment capital of the world. And I tell you, this is a very unusual piece of entertainment that we're bringing to you tonight, because for the first time on a stage in the city of Los Angeles, Soviet and American young people and a Soviet rock band are performing for you. You are part of history. This is something that nobody dreamed would have been possible 2 years ago, even a year ago. And then the Cultural Exchange Agreement was signed by Ronald Reagan in Geneva last November. And the sort of bureaucratic obstacle was lifted. But Soviet children have never left the Soviet Union for something like this. The Soviets have never entrusted their children to a small, tiny little peace group like my own, the Peace Child Foundation. But you've got to understand there's a different wind blowing through that country now. And it's a wind which all of us would do well to sail with, because changes are happening there. And you're seeing a visible effect of that change in seeing these Soviet children on this stage tonight. Now, I should tell you a little bit about Peace Child, because the play has actually never been written down. Well, it has. There's been the odd script published, but it's nothing like that. Also, you'll see in your programs tonight there's an outline of the script. I'm afraid what you're going to see on stage tonight bears no resemblance to that either, because the children who become involved say, hey, I wouldn't say that. Or, this scene stinks. I don't want to do that scene. And I didn't have a clue what the Soviet children were going to say, because I never worked with them. And it was very strange working with a Soviet director, a Soviet writer, a Soviet choreographer, working with these Soviet children, sitting around in a circle and having them share their ideas with the American children. And what you see on stage tonight, we literally threw together in 2.5 weeks in the Soviet Union in the month of August. And we did it in Russian. And all these American kids that you see on the stage tonight were speaking their lines in Russian in the Soviet Union for the 8 performances that we did there. And then in the space of 4 days, we turned the whole thing into English, and we've performed it in 9 cities across the USA. And it's a ragtag and bobtail of a show, and I like it, and it's got better. And we'll probably change it after tonight before we hit Washington. But I think what you'll see tonight is a symbol of the kind of relationship that these children would like to see between their governments, and which these children, if they ever achieve power, will ensure that their governments pursue. Because this is a message of hope, and I hope you'll take that hope with you, home with you. Thank you. I'd like to introduce you to the man who, almost more than anyone else, made this thing happen in the Soviet Union. He's one of their leading rock stars. We played together last summer at a festival they were holding there. And then he decided that he would put his rock group at the service of this little high school children's show, Peace Show. And that was a staggering thing for him to do, the preeminent, the Bruce Springsteen of the Soviet Union to play with us. But he felt that the message that this play was putting out was important. And he worked tirelessly for 6 months to make this event happen. He is, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Stas Namen.
Thank you very much. Thank you. For me, it's a very exciting moment to be in Los Angeles. You know, I had, well, for many years, I heard that it's the most creative part of the United States of America. It's subjective point. You know, well, for sure it's rather strange that I'm a rock musician, you know, and I deal with children's activity, you know. It's a big distance between heavy metal and... You know, when 2 years ago David Woolcombe came up to me in Moscow during the festival, and he invited me to this play to see. Well, it was strange for me, but I came with my daughter, 8 years old, and she enjoyed very much this play, but there were only American children. And I invited these children with Soviet children, and we decided to do this project. I think it's interesting. Maybe it's a little bit sweet, well, and maybe a little bit naive to think that children can teach grown-up people how to reach the world, the peace in the world. But you know, while we were performing in Soviet Union, I saw the tears in the audience, and I was very much interested what will be the reaction of American audience, and I saw tears also. That means that it's a message, and it's the most important thing. Maybe it's very strange that children are, it's the first time American and Soviet children together on the stage, and they're doing something for peace very naturally. And maybe that's the point, that's why, that is the phenomena of this message. It's very important. And I wrote some songs and music for this play. It's not rock music for sure, but it's traditional, well, how to say, more melodical music, and you will see it. One of the songs, and we will, the final song of this play became the most popular song in the Soviet Union now. It is called "We Wish You Happiness." Мы желаем счастья вам. So now, thank you to David, because he's the, well, his idea.
Thank you. Let's get over the curtain.
Is everybody in?
I think we're ready. The curtain going up. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your indulgence. Thank you.
Come into my joy, come into my pain, come, you'll be a friend of mine, and I'll be the same. Come to my pain, come, you'll be a friend of mine, and I'll be the same. Through my years with many certainties, I never seen my guiding lights. The cloud in front of me will never let me see. We've grown so weary of the night.
I tried so many times to read between the lines, but the words keep turning round, and 1,000 fears are ringing in my ears, and I'm so weary of the sound. So give me peace enough, peace enough, peace enough, peace enough for peace of mind. Everything's coming out sunshine. Peace enough for peace of mind. Everything's coming out sunshine. Come into my joy, come into my pain. Come, you be a friend of mine. I'll be the same. Come into my joy, come into my pain. Come, you be a friend of mine. I'll be the same. Please stay, we all stay.
Day to everyone!
Who is going to play the Peace Child this year? Please.
How many of you know the parts? All of you.
Some of us have been thinking. It's a long time since any of us had to worry about war and peace and all that.
It's depressing. Peace Day's a day we should all celebrate.
Why don't we work up a new story?
Что-нибудь о будущем.
Yeah, a futuristic story, like setting up a university on the moon.
Reading life books on planet Mars.
Yeah.
The future is so much more exciting than past.
Well,
I want to do Peace Child so much. Я так хотела сыграть Тамира. It's not fair.
Yeah, some of these kids have never even seen the play.
well, what do you think?
I think it's a pity to disappoint the children.
Remember, those of us that forget history are condemned to repeat it. If we forget our struggle for peace, we could be having wars again.
And if there is a war, all future plans mean nothing. You agree? I suggest first we do our Peace Child celebration, then we look at future stories, future plans, okay? Those of you who know the parts, please kneel down, bow your heads, hands up. When the music plays, I will sprinkle leaves upon you. Those who find golden leaves, they will be peace children this year. Close your eyes. Music. Open your eyes. Who? Я возвращаюсь в далекое детство, где, отражаясь в хрустальном окне, смешная девчонка с распахнутым сердцем песни поет о весне. Песни летели навстречу рассвету, купаясь в слезинках росы на цветах. В них пелось о лете, о солнце, о детях и о прекрасных мечтах. Время уносит все дальше нас, в нынешних песнях мотив другой. Время уводит нас за собой. I was a child who ran full of laughter. I was a child who lived for today. My eyes full of sunshine, my heart full of smiles. I was a child for a day. We're getting colder as time goes by, a little older with every day. We were the children of yesterday. Сегодня день мира. It is Peace Day. The day the world remembers the first Peace Day, when children representing every country gathered at the United Nations and made their commitment to struggle for peace. The story begins in America. A young girl, let's call her Jennifer, sees a TV program about nuclear war and becomes frightened. She tries to forget it. But then she sees photographs of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, she sees how the fantasy could become horribly real. Day and night, the fears obsess her.
Fireball, burning in the sky. Fireball, are we gonna die? Fireball, brighter than the sun. Fireball, made by everyone. It's a fireball. Fireball, it's a fireball. Fireball. Fireball, fireball, flashing fireball, 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 fireball,
Where's my dad? Where's my friends? How can it be? How can the whole city just disappear? No! No! No!
It's a fireball, 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 fireball. 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 No!
Oh, I don't want to die. I want to live. I want to live. I want to live. The right to live my life. I want to search far and wide. Have the chance to wonder why. I want to learn all the secrets the world has to give. I want the chance to see it all. I want to live. I want to live. They tell me they have enough bombs to blow up the world 100 times. Why do they need so many? Once you blow up the world once, what's left to blow up the next 99 times? And yet they keep building more bombs. It's ridiculous. It's because we're afraid of the Russians. We think they will attack us. And even though I have read everything I can and talked to people, no one has yet told me why we think they will attack us, or why they are my enemy. So I've decided to go out and find out myself. I've signed up for a Russian language course in Moscow. Here I am in Moscow. He's an American on my course. Здравствуйте. This language, извините. This language is impossible. But the people seem nice enough. I mean, I don't think I'm being followed by the KGB. And nobody seems to have noticed me at all.
The other people on my course are nice enough too, but they're always complaining.
I'm not gonna eat any more of this Russian food.
Man, why don't they have a McDonald's in Moscow?
I wish there was more to do here at night.
I guess it's true. We haven't been out much. All we've seen are the museums and the galleries. But I want so much to see the people, to meet them, and talk to them. Извините. Извините.
Да.
Где продаю мороженое?
Чего?
Где продаю мороженое?
Мороженое? А, мороженое. А, значит так. Пойдете прямо, потом повернете направо чуть-чуть. Потом чуть-чуть наискосок. Там увидите такое большое здание, зайдете за него. Там увидите, бабушка продает в белом передничке таком мороженое.
Да.
Да.
Спасибо.
Пожалуйста. Сколько времени?
Извините. Извините. У тебя красивые волосы.
Спасибо.
Привет.
Привет. А у тебя хороший голос.
О, спасибо. Ты тоже.
Oh, you are English?
О, нет. Американка.
And what's your name?
Меня зовут Jennifer.
And I'm Yegor.
Hello.
So you're a tourist?
О, нет. Я живу в гостинице Москва.
Изучаю русский язык. Very good, you are a good student.
Oh, I'm sure your English is better than my Russian.
Thank you.
So, are you meeting your girlfriend?
Girlfriend? No. I'm just going home.
Oh, well, everybody else seems to be meeting people. I just wondered...
It's Pushkinskaya. Everybody meets here. You see, Pushkin, the poet of love. So, and how do you like our city?
Oh, it's beautiful so far, but I've only seen, like...
Museums, galleries, monuments.
Right. I'd love so much to see your Moscow, meet people.
Oh, it's very simple. You must come to our Pioneer Palace. We have International Friendship Club. You can be our guests.
I'd love to.
Why don't I show you a little of my Moscow? And then we can plan a special surprise party for you and your friends, okay? And have you seen our metro?
No.
Let's go, it's very interesting. Let's go, why are you worried?
What are you getting us into, Jennifer? This looks like a locker room to me.
It is a locker room. Look, Tigran, Yegor. Oh, this language is impossible. Maybe they have locker room parties in Russia.
Spooky, isn't it? Yeah, this whole place is spooky.
I don't know. It has a kind of interesting ambiance, you know.
Yeah, like a mortuary.
Wonder how long they're gonna keep us here.
Ah, here you guys are. What's going on?
They're planning some awesome surprise for us.
Come on, you guys. It's a special party just for us. It's our International Friendship Club.
In this place?
Jen, am I gonna be strip searched by the Gestapo?
You are welcome to our masquerade. Please, Cardi. You are fancy dress. Clothes.
Hey, it is fancy dress.
This could be fun.
Do I have to wear this? I'm not gonna wear any of that commie stuff.
Come on, ease up. It's just a costume party.
Yeah. When in Russia, do as the Russians.
Take me back to civilization right now. I am not going to stay in this country another minute. It's barbaric.
What's the matter, Gwen?
Can you believe this? This language is driving me crazy. I actually went into the wrong bathroom.
Lights, how do I look at this one?
Stunning. How about me?
Ridiculous. Wear it.
You've been here before, sir. Think they're planning anything for us? I wouldn't know.
Are you ready? Who's this?
Yegor?
Yegor, hello, now I'm your host. Welcome to our Pioneer Palace.
So what's happening here?
A fancy dress party, and we have a rock band.
A rock band? Wicked cool. Which one?
One of the best rock bands in the Soviet Union, Группа Stasa Namina. Yes, let's go there, waiting. Come on, quickly. Yeah.
Новый день навстречу земле встает, мерцающий небосвод встречает восход. Мы с тобой на этой земле живем, дорогой одной идем и счастье найдем. Светит солнце, чтоб понять мы друг друга могли. Светит солнце, улыбка земли. На праздник пришла сюда, и разные города сказали ей да. Громче пой, ведь рядом надежный друг и тысячи крепких рук, и счастье вокруг. Светит солнце, чтоб понять мы друг друга могли. Светит солнце, улыбка земли. Welcome to our American friends.
Thanks.
But why aren't you dancing? Do you understand the words? So we sing another one for you with the simple words. Мы желаем счастья вам.
And what does this one mean?
This means we wish you to be happy. So be happy and have a good time. Подолгу добрую, ждем второй весть, чтобы было легче в трудный час. Очень нужно каждому из нас, очень нужно каждому знать, что счастье есть. Мы желаем счастья вам, счастья в этом мире большом. Как солнце по утрам, пусть оно заходит в дом. Мы желаем счастья вам, и оно должно быть таким, когда ты счастлив сам, счастьем поделись с другим. В мире, где ветрам покоя нет, где бывает облачный рассвет, где в дороге дальней нам часто снится дом. Нужно и в грозу, и в снегопад, чтобы чей-то очень добрый взгляд, чей-то очень добрый взгляд согревал тепло. Мы желаем счастья вам, счастье в этом мире большом, как солнце по утрам, пусть оно заходит в дом. Мы желаем счастья вам, и оно должно быть таким, когда ты счастлив сам, счастьем поделись с другим. Мы желаем счастья вам, счастья в этом мире большом, как солнце по утрам, пусть оно заходит в дом. Мы желаем счастья вам, и оно должно быть таким, когда ты счастлив сам, счастьем поделись с другим. Мы желаем счастья вам, мы желаем счастья вам, мы желаем счастья вам.
Тише, не натыкайся.
It's what Jenny's been saying all along, but now I finally understand. Here we are, two great nations, 30 minutes from blowing each other off the face of the universe. But we're having the best time. You guys, our leaders should have been watching us tonight. We should have had that party. We should have had that party in Washington, D.C. Right there, at the White House.
And perhaps after the White House, we can go to the United Nations and say, look how the Soviet Union and the United States have made peace. Let's all the nations make peace together. It will be peace everywhere. Everywhere.
It makes a lot of sense for the band to do a tour of the USA.
We have to.
Hey, you guys, we got this other idea.
Some of these guys are really good dancers.
We thought we could put together a Soviet-American fame.
Is it like musical show?
Yes.
You have for the musical Romeo and Juliet. With Romeo and Juliet.
Come on, you guys. Do you remember how the story ends? Dead bodies all over the stage.
Not too good for Soviet-American relations. But we should do something together. I mean, I've learned far more Russian tonight from just being with these guys than I did from any of your lessons, sir. I'm sorry, but it's true.
Okay, so I'm not such a great Russian teacher. But I used to do a lot of music myself. You know, maybe we could get together and write some songs, do something. What do you think?
Many good ideas. But it's too late. Maybe we'll meet tomorrow at 4. Decide everything.
Thank you so much, Jenny, it's for you. Oh, thank you. Bye. Bye.
They're so nice. This is beautiful. They're so kind, so generous. I had so much fun at that party. The band was incredible. I'm so glad Yegor invited us. And Yegor, I think I'm in love. And yet, I find myself thinking, is this all an act they put on for foreigners? Or are they really as they seem? I don't know. It's prejudice, I guess. But I wish I knew what was going on. Anyway, I'm excited about this play, Soviet-American Fame. I can't wait to see the ideas they come forward with. Because if we can solve these problems in a musical show, why can't we do it in real life?
хочу услышать музыку. Что такое эта музыка? Расскажите мне скорей. Удивит ли эта музыка? И простит ли эта музыка? Есть особенная музыка в тихом шелесте ветвей. Удивит ли эта музыка? И простит ли эта музыка? Есть особенная музыка в тихом шелесте ветвей. Я хочу услышать музыку, я хочу увидеть музыку.
Is it true that the children wrote the first script of Peace Child themselves?
Look, there were many different versions, but the only one that ever worked was the one written by children.
It must have taken them a long time.
No, it was all written those few days they were together in Moscow.
Were they very clever children?
Not more than you. They just wanted peace. But look, see the problems they had.
Steve?
I don't know. I think he went somewhere with the dance teacher.
We should wait for him, yeah?
Yeah, of course. He hasn't heard the song yet.
He hasn't seen much of anything yet. Here, sorry. I know I'm late. Okay, so did I miss anything? What's going on? Lushko. What's this, a new song?
No, it's more. Music tells story. Should we do something?
Yeah, I'd love to see it. Yeah. Can I see it?
It's a military-industrial complex. Isn't it said the war is what man?
The national control.
The beat is the best, the east and the west.
Indestructible, immovable object.
They got exploded and drowning on more.
Uncontrollable, horrible shambles.
Such a sonical sight, everyone's right.
Oh, what a hopeless case it is.
No one really cares.
Oh, what a crazy world it is.
No one can win this race because the bigger they build, the farther they go. Where they bend, they'll the end of
Industrial complex.
Isn't it said that one is what man?
It's the military-industrial complex.
Who's right and who's left, it's anyone's guess.
It's the military-industrial complex.
There's no one to blame for this ridiculous game.
It's the military-industrial complex.
Oh, wait,
Such a sonical sight.
Wait, hold it. Just stop. Wait a minute. Look, I don't know how to tell you guys this, but I don't think this song is going to work. What? Извините, не пойдем. Look, we'll talk about it later, okay? Потом.
What's the problem, Stevie?
You.
Me? Why me problem? It's an English song by David Gordon.
It's not the song, it's the problem. It's this whole play. I mean, it's a bunch of communist propaganda.
Propaganda? What do you mean? Children wrote most of it.
Yeah, I know, it's part of the problem. Military-industrial complex. Maybe if I explain it in Russian, it'll be clearer. Это типичная советская клевета. Lies? I mean, this is a bunch of anti-American slander. My guys don't have to stay here and listen to this stuff.
But wait, Steve, we must discuss it.
I don't see there's anything to discuss yet.
Steve, we are searchers for peace.
Searchers for peace.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes I get the feeling that you confuse searching for peace with searching for ways to expand your socialist sphere of influence. That's kind of a polite way of saying mirovого господства.
World domination. World domination. Yeah. И это говорите нам вы, американцы, которые весь мир хотят к себе забрать. Yeah? World domination. You, America, seek world domination. In your language, watching your TV movies, drinking your Pepsi. This is a problem. This is a problem.
You have a military-industrial complex, too.
No, James, stop. We socialists. Me and Sasha, we fight for peace and happiness for all peoples. Not millions for some and poverty for the rest.
Why don't you give your people a little freedom first?
Yeah. And how about you feed your poor people before you tell us how to run our country?
Look, I'm not trying to tell you how to run your country. I just want you to think back to something like the Helsinki Accord and other stuff you guys have signed. What's happened to those things?
You talk about Helsinki, but how about SALT II? Or the moratorium on nuclear testing? Tell me, what's happened?
Please! Yeah, stop it, will you?
No. This is very interesting. I'd like to see where it's going. Continue.
It's not going anywhere, because you're never going to get a Russian to admit he's wrong about anything.
Stevie, don't be ridiculous. We won't discuss everything. Everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
Really?
Стив, ну что ты говоришь? Нельзя же так. Steve, what are you afraid of?
I'm not afraid of anything. Look, your parents sent you here to learn the Russian language this summer, not to get brainwashed by a bunch of KGB agents.
KGB? Man, are you kidding? You said, we are KGB? And the little Natasha KGB too? That's enough for us.
Right. Come on, you guys. Back to the hotel.
Ерунда. Ну, пошутили и все, хватит.
Ladies, guys, again, Steve, we're having such a good time.
We're gonna have a great time. We're going to the circus tonight. Tomorrow we got the opera. We're gonna have a great time. Будет очень весело. Yeah, okay? Lots of fun. Come on, you guys.
Саша, ну
Get out of here
прекрати, в
now.
конце-то концов. Ну все это шутки, ну нормально.
Jennifer, it's not worth the hassle for you or for him. Please understand that.
Please.
Ждем. Узарита узореньки, много ясных звезд, а у темной ноченьки им и счету нет, а у темной ноченьки им и счету нет. Вот одна-то из звездочек с неба сорвалась, по небу скатилась, вечностью неслась, по небу скатилась, вечностью неслась.
The children did not know what to do. Their dream of peace was shattered, but they could not let it die. Secretly, they met to write their play.
Karina, these lines are great. Это очень важно.
Да, для сцены вон, это то, что надо. Это подойдет.
Why are we whispering?
We're hiding from Mr. Ricky.
He's at the circus. And we're okay for a good 2 hours.
All right, then let's get down to work. Dancers, start working on the finale, and I'll catch up with you. The rest of you, why don't you start working on that song in Act 2? Jen, how's that coming along?
Oh, pretty good. It's almost done.
It's not too political, is it?
It's not a political song. It's a love song.
I think you will like it.
All right then, let's get down to work.
I was going to spend my summer surfing. I got sent here for school. And now I'm here with 23 other children, Soviet and American. We got right down to writing this play. And in this play, we have to convey a message. And, you know, it's the message of peace. And I've come to realize that if I don't convey that message, I'm going to have to surf under a nuclear cloud.
When I walked into that party the other night, I was scared.
I mean, I still thought of Russians as the enemy. Well, I got over that soon enough, and I made some really great friends. But the big problem is that we don't speak the same language. And that's what makes what we're trying to do right now so very, very difficult.
These Americans know nothing about Soviet people. Even Jennifer has many wrong ideas about our country. But now they learn, and we become friends. We can be friends. And I know that Maury, for example, would never drop bombs on my head, and I would never drop bombs on him.
Everybody knows that our two countries are different. But it worries me when Steve and Sasha always find fault with each other. We ought to learn to understand, respect, and especially trust one another. Peace would be so simple then.
Maybe Mr. Rifkin's right. What if all this stuff we hear about the Soviets on TV and in the newspapers is true? Okay, it's easy enough to see that the kids get along with each other. But what about our governments? I mean, can we really trust them? I guess we're working on it.
Of course we are, man. You're always such a downer.
But you gotta look at reality, otherwise it's meaningless.
But whose reality? Yours or mine?
We're different. All we have is hope and trust.
But that's all we need to fight the fear that separates our governments.
It's not enough.
We have to get into the economic stuff.
No, we don't.
Stop! Stop, please! Please listen to me. Hear the words that I say. We live in one world, so our home is the same. The same sun is our fire. Same clouds give us rain.
Some days later, the children performed their play in the Pioneer Palace. Mr. Rifkin was not there, but those who were so peace secure in the hands of beautiful children. But the day after their concert, the Americans had to go home. Many tears were cried as they parted. Я не знаю, я не угадаю, что поешь сегодня, где живешь. Только знаю, журавли расскажут, что поешь сегодня, где живешь, может, рядышком. Ты не бойся, ты не беспокойся, что зима и лето догорят. Мне и осень о тебе расскажет, о тебе и зимы говорят в общем круглый год. Я желаю, не имей заботы ни о чем, мой милый, не жалей. Только если выйдешь на охоту, не стреляй, голубчик, журавлей, ах, не надо.
Guys see this? The Russians have sent 2 more shiploads of tanks into Central America.
Again? Looks like they're planning an invasion on El Salvador.
Mexico's next. Then they're right on our front doorstep.
But you know, why does the Soviet Union look so different when you get back to the United States?
Ребята, смотрите, вчера американские самолеты бомбили Ливию. Жертвы есть. Что мы Ливию вчера бомбили? Вот что надо.
My dear Jennifer, I wonder if you think of us ever. How is your Russian? Do you forget it now? Do not forget our dreams of peace. Every day it becomes more important.
Guys, I got a letter from Tigran!
That's right.
They got a new dog. They named it Alexis after me.
Is this the photo? No wonder it looks like you.
Come on, you guys. We have to get back to class.
Come on, Alexis.
You really miss that kid, don't you?
You know what I miss most about the Soviet Union? I felt incredibly safe there. Wasn't just Yegor. I was in love with the whole place. Why can't we work together for peace? What have we got to lose?
Money.
Guess it comes down to one question. Do we own the world or do they?
Until there's a war, that question can never finally be answered.
No, there can be peace. When you and Yegor held hands at the airport, that was peace. You loved each other, and with the power of love, you can create peace all over the world.
But how? It costs too much to get back there. And Yegor's letters don't always get through, and the phone, well, I can never...
but relax and let the Spirit guide you. You cannot know how. Only have faith. Look, do you remember Martin Luther King? Remember his dream? One day, there'll be a woman with sore feet on a bus in Alabama, and it will all begin again. So you must be strong. You must be ready. Do you remember his dream? I have a vision. I have a dream. I had the answer. Oh, so it seems. Can't you see the truth? To fight is not right. We can have our rainbow. We can have our sunlight if we unite. There's a way you'll see where no one gets hurt. There's a way with the love if you try. There is hope and faith to keep you alive in your darkest day. Just reach out with the love, gather all your courage. Reach out with the love, seek a brighter day. Love as our sword, peace as our weapon. Reach out with the love, let us win this away. Martin Luther King had a vision.
He had a dream. He had an answer. Oh, so it seems. He knew the truth. To fight is not right.
We can have our rainbow. We can have our sunlight. We must unite. Reach out with love, gather all your courage. Reach out with love, seek a brighter day. Love as a So do you know what you must do now?
Never give up?
Never. Keep the faith.
Oh, I will. But where do I begin?
Begin with your friends, of course.
Carla.
Yeah.
We're gonna go back to the Soviet Union. We're gonna take our play on tour there, and then we're gonna take it back to the States.
Great.
There's gonna be a meeting about it tomorrow night. Can you come?
Tomorrow, I'm sorry, Jenny, I can't. I have a test on Wednesday.
What about you, Maury?
I'm going surfing.
There's something I have to watch on television.
There's a sale at Gucci's. You know how it is. I got a date, Jen.
And I gotta rehearse with my band.
Stop! If you were strapped to a railroad, and I told you that a train was coming at 100 miles an hour, you'd listen.
Yeah.
Well, we are strapped to a railroad. It's called the planet Earth. And there is a train coming. It's called nuclear war. You guys, nothing has changed since we got back from Moscow.
Get off the case, Jenny. There's nothing we can do about it. It's way above our heads. Forget about it.
No, James. It's completely up to us. This generation isn't going to do anything about it. So it's up to us kids to get it working. We can accomplish it within our lifetimes.
Why would kids want to get involved?
Because they want to live.
All right, so what is happening tomorrow night?
We're going to talk about fundraising, and we're going to organize the trip. Can I bring my date? Sure.
Can I bring my band?
Bring everyone.
All right, Rowdy Party and Jenny.
Wait. What about these guys? What? Are you with us? What? Yes. Do you want peace?
Yes!
You want to live?
Yes!
You want to live? Then let's hear it.
I want to live, I want to live. The right to live my life. I want to search far and wide. Have the chance to wonder why. I want to learn all the secrets the world has to give. I want the chance to live my life. I want to live, I want to live. I want to be, I want to see a world that's good and free. I want a home, someone to love, to share their life with me. I want to have and to own a child of my own. I want to live, I want to love, I want to live. I want to
Hello?
Jenny?
Hello? Yegor!
Jenny!
Oh, Yegor, I've been
Jenny, I
dying to
have
talk to you. I have
incredible
so many
news for
things to
you.
tell
Jenny,
you.
listen. What's the matter, Jenny?
Yegor, we've been invited to do our show in France. Can you come?
Very strange things. We have been invited to the Children's Festival in Czechoslovakia.
Yegor, this is the breakthrough we've been waiting for.
Will you come?
Of course, we'll find a way.
Very good.
I can't wait to see you again.
Day and night, the children worked planning their tour, preparing their play, raising money. Finally, day came when they climbed on the plane to return to Moscow.
Reach out for a star. Come out from where you are. Show me what you can do. Believe in me, I believe in you.
Reach out for your dream It's not as hard as it may seem. Together we can make it through. Together, me and you. Wake up, open your eyes. This is our world, our paradise. Reach out for a star. Come out from where you are. Just show me what is missing. And you believe in you and me. Don't be shy, just be yourself. You are your greatest love. Reach out for a star. Come out from where you are. Show me what you can do. Believe me, I believe in you. Show me what you can do.
Believe in me.
I believe in you.
So, how's it been going?
Wonderful. With those children, wonderful. So, do you know, we're invited to Australia now.
Australia?
Yeah.
I don't believe this. I mean, how do these guys do any schoolwork?
We have teachers with us everywhere.
It's amazing. You guys have made such an impact on the world. I still think it's a lot of propaganda. And I hate that song about the military-industrial complex. But you know, just sitting there in the audience and watching the show, you just get such a good feeling from it.
Steve,
Yeah.
did you ever show Sasha that song you wrote about the press, the way they're hounding us, taking pictures in every performance?
Yeah.
Do you want to see it? It's like really
I would
close
like
up.
to
We
see
remember
it.
it.
want to do it.
I would like to see
I
it.
was just fooling around.
Mr. Steve, you are so rude about our song. Please, give us chance to be rude about yours. Come on.
Please. Oh, we'd love you to.
Okay. You sure the words?
What? Where? Where? What the? Why?
White House.
Are you kidding? It could be a story. Perhaps we got a story. Headline story. Or maybe even front page news. Hey guys, where is Jennifer and Igor? Ha! There they are. Who are you? Is he rich?
What's her name?
What's the game? No, stop. It's not a story. There is no meat, no bite.
Yes, there is.
So what's the lead?
What's the hook? It's obvious.
Romance?
Right.
You mean they're in love?
Of course.
It's a story. We really got a story. Headline story. And definitely front page news.
The photograph. The photograph. We've got to have the photograph.
The photo. We've got to have the photo.
Side by side. Make it fun.
She's ignorant. What do you say?
You're blocking my frame. Stop being a pain.
A ticky-tacky-shoo-wee, a ticky-tacky-shoo-wee, a ticky-tacky-ticky-tacky-ticky-tacky-shoo-wee, a ticky-tacky-shoo-wee, a ticky-tacky-shoo-wee, a ticky-tacky-ticky-tacky-ticky-tacky-shoo-wee, a ticky-tacky-shoo-wee, a ticky-tacky-shoo-wee, a ticky-tacky-ticky-tacky-ticky-tacky-shoo-wee. Extra, extra, read all about it. Headlines, read all about it. Extra, extra, read all about it. Headlines, don't go home without it.
wonderful. Wonderful.
Igor!
What happened?
What? Hey, you guys.
We have been invited to the United Nations?
What? You are respectively invited to do your musical show at the United Nations on the International Day of Peace in New York.
What? In front of all leaders of all nations.
Us?
There are heroes, iridescent heroes, headline heroes, and definitely front page news. Newsnight, satellite, printed right, broadside, nationwide, any sign, old time, centerfold, dead and sold. Extra, extra, read all about it. Headlines, headlines, read all about it. Extra, extra, read all about it. Front page, building high, printed big, reach the sky. Make them shout, make them cry. Each child meets the leaders of the world. So this is it. The United Nations.
The most powerful room in the world.
Not yet, but it should be. This will be seat of world government, where all the leaders will sit together and think about the good of all people.
That's a pipe dream, Nina.
Why, if we could work together now when we are children, we can surely work together when we are grown up.
It will take a generation, but if we begin now to educate our children on the different governments and their systems, peace will be possible.
Well, we've got to look at the consequences of failure. A nuclear arms race totally out of control, poverty, economic decline.
Man, if we fail here, our world will get seriously messed up.
We've come a long way, and tomorrow is the highest point we can ever hope to reach. There will be all children of all nations standing beside us, and all leaders and representatives standing before us.
You guys, we gotta get some rest.
Let's get back to the hotel.
Igor. Igor.
Oh, Jenny.
I've hardly seen you the last days.
You've been busy.
Well, what do you think about my country? I mean, New York. Is it what you expected?
New York. It's incredible, all these skyscraper streets. But the city very nice. But the mayor of the city.
Anyway.
Yes. You saw the letter I wrote?
The letter? Oh, yes, I signed it.
You didn't think it was naive?
Naive? Yes, it was naive. But it is naive to think that these leaders will act not in their own interests, nor in the interests of their own countries, but in the interest of the whole world. But I believe they will.
You expect a great deal.
Yes, I do.
Мистер Президент, правду ли говорят, превратится наш мир в термоядерный ад?
Mr. Secretary, is it true what I hear? Because of man's greed, we must all live in fear.
Mr. President,
Mr. Secretary,
can it be what it seems? There will be no more love. There will be no more dreams. Oh no!
Oh no!
It's plain to see.
It's plain to see.
But so hard to understand that this world we all love can be taken away all in an
President, неужели все так? И не будет мечты, и не будет любви.
Mr. Secretary, can it be what it seems? There will be no more children, no more love, no more dreams.
Mr.
Mr.
President,
Secretary,
won't you hear our small plea for the millions of children? Throw away your key. Oh no! Oh no! It's plain to see, but so hard to understand that this world we all love can be taken away all in a day. Oh no! Oh no! It's not fair. It's not fair that a few should have the right for the sake of their pride. They can make us all die without asking why. Oh no! Oh no! It's plain to see, but so hard to understand that this world we all love can be taken away all in a day. Oh no! Oh no! It's not fair. It's not fair that a few should have the right for the sake of their pride. They can make us all die without asking why. Oh no! Mr. President, Mr. Secretary, it's time to be brave. Announce to the world, this will be a peace day. Jen Mira.
Dear leaders, we want a world at peace. We want a world in which all people can be friends and not be fearful of their differences. We want you to begin a system in our schools so that all children can have the chance to learn to love each other, as we have done. Please, do this, leaders, for us.
So what do we do now?
We wait.
The children went to see the Secretary General for a whole hour, and the children outside waited anxiously, hardly daring to breathe. Finally, Jennifer and Yegor came back.
We did it. A declaration of peace.
For all children of the world.
Oh, Yegor, I'm so glad I met you.
I too.
Shall we tell them?
No, wait.
Hey, you guys! What happened?
It was wonderful! Let me set this scene. Steve, some music, please. Fyodor, you will be my chair. Tigran Mori, my table. Gary James, my chairs too. Slava, you will be me. And I shall be the General Secretary of the United Nations. My dear children, your play is an excellent contribution to the search for peace. Your ideas for international youth exchange are most appropriate and must be implemented. In recognition of your work for peace, we hereby declare this day to be a Children's Peace Day festival all over the world. Signed, the General Secretary of the United Nations.
There is a problem?
There's a big problem. There's nothing in here about money, housing, or transportation, or any important details. Now look, you guys. This is a very nice piece of paper. All it really says is, nice idea, kids. Bye-bye.
So you mean we failed?
Yeah.
Certainly not. It is success. When before have children received such declaration from the United Nations? Tell me when.
The United Nations has no money. They have no power.
And I agree. We have to go to each government individually.
But this is a great beginning.
It's a powerful support.
Forget it, you guys. We're only kids. We have no power.
Yes, we have power, James. We're the future.
Yeah, but what are we going to do right now?
I know what I'm going to do right now. I have had enough of this peace stuff. I'm going to college on a scholarship from the Marines.
So I guess this is the end, guys.
No. Listen. If there isn't love, hope, peace, I don't want to live. But I love this planet. So as long as I'm alive, I'll work for peace.
That's what we should be saying to the UN.
You're right. We have to show them that we believe in the United Nations. And we, all of us, are going to make it work. You agree, Slava?
Will you join us?
Yes. Come on, James.
James?
I have had enough of this.
James, you're wrong. You're living in the past. Future's with the peacemakers and love, not with guns and uniforms.
Listen, leaders, without love, without hope, without peace, we don't want to live, but we love this planet. And as long as we're alive, we'll work for peace.
Today, my eyes full of sunshine, my heart full of smiles. I was a child for a day. Oh, We're getting colder as time goes by, a little older with every day. We were the children of yesterday.
How long did it take the children to make the world at peace?
Look, many, many years. We will always be working at it.
Is peace so very hard?
No, it is very simple. But when we grow up, we become complicated and we forget.
How can we forget? If there was war, the world would end.
I know, you know too. But you too will need to look to your children to remind you how important peace is.
What happened to the children?
Which children?
Jennifer and Igor. Did they go on working for peace?
All of them did. They had promised.
And they were happy?
Look, very, very happy. By the time they were old, they could look back and see that they had done good for the world. That is the happiest feeling anybody can have.
Did you know them?
Everybody knew them.
What were they like?
They were sweet, gentle people who loved each other.
Did they get married?
Yes, finally.
And they had children? You were that child! Yes, you were the child! Which child were you?
It doesn't matter who I am or who they were. Any child can do what they have done, and we must always be peace children, even when we are old. It is the end of our show. Come, music finale.
As you wish the world would sing, as you wish the world would say, how they love to live in ways, how they make each other's dreams. That is all we want to have, that is all we want to share. Let us live our lives in peace, or let us give this time to chance. Love, love is all I need, love is all I want. Love is everywhere. Peace, peace is all I want. Peace is all I need. Peace everywhere.
Come into my joy, come into my pain. Come, you be a friend of mine, I'll be the same. Come into my joy, come into my pain. Come, you be a friend of mine, I'll be the same. Come into my joy, come into my pain. Come to be a friend of mine. I'll be the same.
It's my privilege to introduce to you the Soviet and American children of our cast. Natasha Gromushkina, Christy Candler from Santa Barbara, California, Ian Hilway and Sarah Hardin, both from Santa Barbara, California, Colleen Barry, Nina Gomyashvili, Alexis Valbo, Karina Chapoy, Oksana Remizova, Ksenia Kulesheva, Carla Pierce, Fyodor Stukov, Maury Sterling, Tigran Nalbandian, Gary Parker, Slava Golyulin, James Lopez, Alison Barkot, Ella Vituk, Sasha Malinin, and 5 years with Peace Child, Gwendolyn Ross from Washington, D.C. Lead singer of the Stasnamen group, Sasha Loiser. And our musical arranger from Mill Valley, California, Steve Rifkin. From Leningrad, Yegor Druzinin. And from San Rafael, California, Melissa Anderson. Honored artist of the Russian Federated Republic, our storyteller, Ludmila Senchina. Yuri Gorkov, Sergei Voronov, Sasha Krukov, Sasha Solic, the Grupa Stasnamena. Our musical director, Tony Booker. And my co-father on this whole thing, the representative of the American desk of the Foreign Relations Department of the Ministry of Culture of the USSR, Vladimir Litvinov. Who else? Our signer, Andrea, thank you. Hey, what a fabulous audience you've been. The City of Angels, you are angels. And also are angels, the Los Angeles Peace Child Chorus. Thank you.
В мире, где кружится снег шальной, где моря грозят крутой волной, где подолгу добрую ждем порой весть, чтобы было легче в трудный час. Очень нужно каждому из нас, очень нужно каждому знать, что счастье есть. Мы желаем счастья вам, счастья в этом мире большом, как солнце по утрам, пусть оно заходит в дом. Мы желаем счастья вам, и оно должно быть таким, когда ты счастлив сам, счастьем поделись с другим. В мире, где ветрам покоя нет, где бывает облачным рассвет, где в дороге дальней нам часто снится дом. Нужно и в грозу, и в снегопад, чтобы чей-то очень добрый взгляд, чей-то очень добрый взгляд согревал теплом. Мы желаем счастья вам, счастья в этом мире большом, как солнце по утрам, пусть оно заходит в дом. Мы желаем счастья вам, и оно должно быть таким, когда ты счастлив сам, счастьем поделись с другим. Мы желаем счастья вам, счастья в этом мире большом, как солнце по утрам, пусть оно заходит в дом. Мы желаем счастья вам, и оно должно быть таким, когда ты счастлив сам, счастьем поделись с другим. Мы желаем счастья вам, мы желаем счастья вам, мы желаем счастья вам,